Welcome back, everyone. This is the complete guide to building the RaspyJack, a portable Raspberry Pi 2WH offensive networking tool with a battery, Ethernet hub, and LCD screen. Disclaimer, this project is for educational and authorized penetration testing purposes only. Unauthorized network access, hacking, or illegal activity is strictly prohibited and may result in criminal charges. Always obtain explicit permission before testing any network or device you do not own. Use responsibly and legally. Alright, now that's over, let's get into it. Step 1. What you need. You need a Raspberry Pi 02WH that has the pins already pre-soldered. Pi Sugar S, a 1200M AH portable UPS, that's the one I got, and then an Ethernet/USB hub hat expansion board for the Raspberry Pi, and then a 1.44 inch LCD display hat, the WaveShare compatible with the Zero. Don't get the 1.3, get the 1.44 inch. And then you're going to need an 8 to 32 gigabyte micro SD card, and then also an SD card adapter. I also added a Wi-Fi adapter to the USB hub. Look at that, we're already on step 2. Assemble the hardware and stack it like this, bottom to the top. Alright, we're already at step 2. Screw the Raspberry Pi 2W directly on top of the battery. If you have connection issues later, scrape the rubber coating off the back of the Pi's pogo pins contact points so the battery pins make solid contact. 3. Place the Ethernet hub, USB hub hat on top of the Pi. It comes with standoffs and a U-shaped micro USB to micro USB adapter. Use this U-shape adapter for support so you don't bend or damage the pins. And then finally at the top, we put the 1.44 inch LCD hat on the top of the Ethernet hub. And that's the full stack. Leave the SD card out for now. Step 3. Flash the OS Open Raspberry Pi imager. Choose the device, and this is a Raspberry Pi 02W. Next, we're going to go to the operating system, so go to Raspberry Pi OS and click Other, and then scroll to Raspberry Pi OS Lite 32-bit. Next, it'll ask you to choose your storage, so select your SD card. Next is the advanced settings. So we're going to put our host name, and then we're going to set our local time zone and keyboard, and then create a username. I use RaspyJack, and then use RaspyJack for the password just to make it easy. Next, you must connect to a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi or this part won't work. So enter an SSID and password for that. Next, enable SSH and set it the user password authentication. That's important. Skip the Raspberry Pi Connect and click Write. When it finishes, safely eject the SD card and we're ready for the next step. Step 4. Boot the Pi and insert the SD card into the assembled RaspyJack. Connect the Raspberry Pi to your computer using a micro HDMI to USB data cable so we can flash the RaspyJack over SSH. Make sure you plug it into the power port on the right side. The other micro USB port won't work. Wait till it fully boots up and connect to your 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. That's important. Wait till this Pi boots up, so give it a few minutes. You can check your phone to make sure that it has connected to the hotspot before you even do this next step. Step 5. Find the Pi's IP address. Put your computer and phone on the same exact 2.4 gigahertz network, and the RaspyJack as well on that same one. Open a command prompt and type ARP-A. And then I looked for 3 IPs that are the same. That way I could tell that they were my phone, and my hotspot, and my computer. Next, download Angry IP Scanner and scan the range that you just found. Mine was 172, and then I did it to 255 at the end so I can make sure I got all the different IPs for that. Look for an IP that starts with 172 or your local range, and the host name should say RaspyJack. Write down the IP for the RaspyJack. Step 6, SSH in with PuTTY. Open PuTTY. Enter the host name or IP address that you found and make sure port 22 is selected. And then the connection type is SSH. Click open and then accept the host key warning. Log in as RaspyJack and the password, which mine was RaspyJack. And don't worry because the letters won't show when you type the password. Next, step 7, install RaspyJack. Let's head to GitHub and we're going to go to the other one's RaspyJack repository. And now that we're in the terminal, we're going to follow the official install from the GitHub. And for the commands over here on the GitHub, do one line at a time. For instance, sudo app update, copy that and paste it into the command and wait. Then the next one, sudo app install -y git, then paste that one into the command and do each one separate. I didn't do that. I grabbed them all and copied and pasted in there and it didn't work. So I kept doing it with failure. So this is where I went wrong last time. And then after that, after you do the last command, reboot, wait a few minutes, and you should have a fully functional RaspyJack. And oh man, I was losing sleep because I couldn't figure this one out. And thank you to the community for reaching out and making this happen for me, because without everybody's support and telling me what I was doing wrong, I would have never figured this out on my own. So thank you to everyone involved. A huge shout out also to James Kinley. He's the one that was like, hey man, you're just supposed to be putting those in one at a time, not all at once. Give that a try, bud. And I did, and boom, it worked.